Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel.
Hey everyone, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel. I am literally running on fumes right now. My eyes are burning, and I have been staring at this screen for hours. But I have a massive deadline, and I just had to get this out to you guys immediately because the spoilers for Tuesday, March 31 are absolutely insane. And I mean genuinely, terrifyingly insane. I am typing furiously right now, so don't mind if this gets a little clunky or if I ramble, because there is just so much raw information to dump on you, and I need to process it all at the same time. So grab a coffee or whatever you need, because we are diving deep into the absolute mess that is Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp. And let me just start by saying that these two are playing the stupidest game of Russian roulette I have ever seen on this show. Seriously. It is mind-blowing how reckless they are being right now. So we all know that Steffi and Finn took the kids on a little overnight camping trip, which is great for them. They need a break, but it left the Cliff House completely empty. And Taylor, instead of just reading a book or enjoying the quiet, decides to call up Deacon, the married man, the man married to the woman who literally shot her daughter and son-in-law in a dirty alleyway. And she invites him over to get freaky in her daughter's house. But what they didn't count on was Lee Finnegan having a big mouth, because Lee was at Il Giardino catching up with Sheila. And Lee casually mentioned that Steffi and Finn were out of town and Taylor was all alone. And Sheila, in her twisted, weirdly affectionate brain, decided she didn't want Taylor to be lonely, because Sheila just admitted to Lee that Deacon is the only person she has left in this world, and she feels this weird bond with Taylor ever since that day on the roof. So Sheila buys some flowers and she heads over to the Cliff House, completely unaware that her husband is currently in Taylor's bed. Because Deacon lied to her. Deacon told Sheila he was hanging out with Hope, and Hope actually agreed to be his alibi, which is a whole other level of stupid that we will get into later. So here is where Tuesday's episode just goes off the rails. Sheila gets to the Cliff House and she walks up to the door and she rattles the doorknob, but it is locked. Thank God it is locked, because inside that bedroom, Deacon and Taylor are right in the middle of a passionate encounter. They are making love for the first time, and suddenly they hear the doorknob rattling, and then they hear Sheila calling out, and the sheer panic that must have flooded that room is unimaginable, because they know exactly who is on the other side of that door. And they only have a few seconds to prepare, a few agonizing, terrifying seconds, because Sheila doesn't just knock and walk away when there is no answer. That is not how Sheila Carter operates. If a door is locked and she wants to get in, she is going to get in. So Sheila kicks the door in, bam, splintered wood and broken locks. She literally kicks the door in like a SWAT team. And Deacon and Taylor are trapped. But here is the most pathetic part. Deacon Sharp, this big tough guy who runs a restaurant and survived living with a fugitive, literally dives under the covers. He hides under the blankets. Like a scared little kid hiding from a monster in the closet, he leaves Taylor completely exposed. He just burrows under the duvet so Sheila can't see exactly who is in bed with her. It is so cowardly. But I guess self-preservation kicks in when your wife is a known murderer. And it gets worse, because when Sheila bursts into that room, she isn't just holding flowers anymore. She has a knife. Yes, a literal knife. Why does she have a knife? I don't even know. Maybe she heard them scrambling around inside and thought Taylor was being attacked by an intruder. Maybe she just carries a knife in her purse now for emergencies. But she kicks down the door and she is standing there with a weapon. And Taylor is sitting there in bed, half naked, staring at the woman who has terrorized her family for decades, and this woman has a knife. So Taylor starts pleading for her life, and I mean begging, because in Taylor's mind, the gig is up. She thinks Sheila looked through the window, saw everything, went and got a knife, and is now here to carve her into pieces. Taylor is probably having massive flashbacks to all the times Sheila has pulled a gun on her or her family. The trauma response must be off the charts. She is crying and begging and pleading with Sheila not to kill her, while Deacon is just sweating profusely under a pile of high thread count sheets. But then the craziest twist happens, because B and B, spoilers, say Sheila is going to completely misunderstand the situation on Monday and Tuesday's shows. Sheila doesn't realize it's Deacon under those covers, because why would she? In her mind, her marriage is rock solid. In her mind, her loving husband is currently having a nice, safe dinner with his daughter, Hope Logan Spencer. Sheila has absolutely no reason to suspect that Deacon would betray her like this. So her brain doesn't even go there. Instead, Sheila sees Taylor terrified and pleading, and Sheila puts the knife aside. She actually puts it down because she realizes Taylor isn't in danger from an attacker. Sheila assumes that she just barged in on Taylor getting passionate with some random mystery guy. She thinks Taylor brought a date home and was just getting busy, and Sheila just kicked the door down and ruined the mood. And the embarrassment that washes over Sheila is going to be wild to watch, because Sheila is going to insist that she thought Taylor was in trouble. She is going to try to justify kicking the door down by saying she heard noises and just wanted to help. It is the ultimate irony. Sheila Carter, the most dangerous woman in Los Angeles, thinking she is acting as a heroic protector for Taylor Hayes. It is so twisted and funny and dark all at the same time. So Sheila actually apologizes. She stands there, probably holding her crushed bouquet of flowers, and she apologizes to Taylor for interrupting her private time. She excuses herself. She probably tells Taylor to get back to her mystery guy. And she turns around and walks out of the splintered door frame, leaving Taylor sitting there shaking like a leaf. And the absolute second that Sheila is gone, Deacon is going to throw those covers off, and they are both going to just freak out. The adrenaline crash is going to be massive. They are going to be gasping for air because they were millimeters away from a bloodbath. If Sheila had just reached out and pulled that blanket back, if she had just seen Deacon's face, that knife would have been used. There is no doubt in my mind. Sheila would have snapped instantly. The betrayal would have shattered whatever fragile sanity she has left right now. So Deacon and Taylor breathe a massive sigh of relief. They think they got away with it. They think they dodged the biggest bullet of their lives. And they are probably going to try to clean up the mess before Steffi and Finn get home from camping. Because how do you explain a kicked-in bedroom door to your daughter? Taylor is going to have to make up some wild lie about a break-in or something. Because if Steffi finds out that Taylor had Deacon in her house, Steffi is going to lose her mind. Steffi has already warned Taylor. She told her she would ban her from the family and keep her away from Kelly and Hayes if she kept seeing Deacon. And now Taylor has literally brought the threat of Sheila Carter directly into Steffi's home. It is unforgivable, but the relief that Deacon and Taylor are feeling right now, it is totally fake. It is a temporary illusion, because the latest spoilers for the week of March 30 to April 3 indicate that Sheila's wheels are going to start turning later. She might have bought the mystery guy excuse in the heat of the moment, but Sheila is not a stupid woman. She is cunning, she is observant, and she is going to start replaying that scene in her head over and over again. She is going to think about the size of the lump under the covers. She is going to think about how terrified Taylor really was. Because if Taylor was just with a random guy, why would she plead for her life quite so desperately? And then Sheila is going to start looking at Deacon. She is going to start asking him questions about his night with Hope. And Deacon is a terrible liar when he is under pressure. He is going to sweat. He is going to stumble over his words. And what about Hope? Hope is currently living her best life, happily married to Liam Spencer. She thinks she is safe, but she agreed to cover for Deacon. She agreed to be his alibi. And when Sheila starts poking holes in Deacon's story, she might just go straight to Hope to verify it. And if Hope slips up, if Hope can't keep the timeline straight, Sheila is going to know. And when Sheila realizes that Hope helped Deacon cheat on her with Taylor Hayes, the danger that Hope is going to be in is astronomical. Hope has no idea what she has signed up for by enabling her father's dirty little affair. And it is just so crazy because everyone else in Los Angeles is dealing with their own drama while this literal horror movie is happening at the Cliff House. I mean, think about it. Right now, Carter and Daphne are hitting the sheets, hoping to make a baby, totally unaware of the ominous music playing in the background of their lives that hints at some crushing news or a miscarriage coming their way. Daphne is sitting on that massive secret about Ivy manipulating Will and Electra's breakup. And speaking of that, Melissa Dillon is currently falling head over heels for Will Spencer. She just told him she loves him, and Will is moving on with her, while Electra is having moonlight swims and private dinners with RJ Forrester at the Forrester estate. All of these young people are tangled up in this messy web of lies because Ivy Forrester stole a letter and planted a broken necklace. And Dylan is keeping her mouth shut to protect her new job and her new romance. It is all doomed to fail, every single bit of it. And over at Spencer Publications, Bill and Katie are preparing for a massive fashion war with Brooke and Ridge. Brooke is being so vindictive, sabotaging Katie's launch, and Bill is stubbornly pushing forward with Eric's designs anyway. There is corporate sabotage and family feuding happening all over the city, but none of that compares to the raw, visceral danger of what is brewing with Sheila. Because when Sheila's wheels stop turning and the realization finally clicks into place, when she puts it all together and realizes that the man under those covers was her husband, the husband she just told Lee Finnegan was the only person she had left in the world, the husband who pulled her from the brink and gave her a second chance at life. When she realizes he lied to her face and slept with her ultimate rival, the wrath is going to be biblical. Bad news is brewing, guys. It is brewing fast. Suspicious Sheila is going to work to crack this case, and she is going to revert to a sinister version of herself in the coming episodes. We have seen reformed Sheila for a while now. She has been on her best behavior, serving pizzas, smiling, making nice. But that was all built on the foundation of Deacon's love and loyalty. Take that away, and the foundation crumbles, and the monster comes back out to play. And it makes me ask the question that is probably going to make a lot of you mad, but do Taylor and Deacon deserve whatever they've got coming? Because I am sitting here typing this out and I just can't find an ounce of sympathy for either of them. I really can't. They have been playing with fire for weeks. They knew exactly what the stakes were. Taylor is supposed to be this world-renowned psychiatrist. She is supposed to understand human behavior and consequences, but she is acting like a reckless teenager. She is a massive hypocrite. She spent years judging Brooke Logan for her bedroom antics, but here she is sneaking around with a married man. And not just any married man, the man married to her attempted murderer. It defies all logic. It is purely selfish, lust-driven insanity. And Deacon is even worse. He fought so hard to get Sheila to trust him. He alienated his own daughter for a while just to be with Sheila. He convinced everyone that Sheila was changed and that their love was real. And now he is throwing it all away for a physical fling with Taylor. And he is dragging his kids into it. He asked Hope to lie for him. And Deke Sharp is wandering around, stressed out, asking Hope for advice about his toxic ex-boyfriend, Remy Price, while his dad is out here setting bombs that are going to blow up their entire family. Deacon is a coward. Hiding under the covers while Taylor faced a knife is the ultimate proof of that. He wants the thrill of the affair, but he refuses to take the heat. So yeah, I think they kind of do deserve the chaos that is about to rain down on them. They invited it in. They literally opened the door to it, well, until Sheila kicked it down. But you know what I mean? They made these choices, and in the soap opera world, choices have massive, explosive consequences. I just keep picturing the moment Sheila finally figures it out. Maybe she finds a piece of clothing Deacon left behind. Maybe she checks his phone. Maybe she catches hope in a lie. However it happens, the look on Sheila's face is going to be chilling. The B and B spoilers say Sheila is going to unleash some chaos sooner or later, so we all need to stay tuned and brace ourselves. Because when Steffi gets back from that camping trip, she is going to find a broken door. And Taylor is going to have to lie to her, and Steffi is going to be suspicious, and Finn is going to be caught in the middle again, and Sheila is going to be plotting her revenge in the shadows of Il Giardino. It is a powder keg, and the fuse is already lit. I am so exhausted, but I am so hyped for these episodes. The visual of Sheila standing in that doorway with a knife while Deacon trembles under a blanket is going to go down in B&B history as one of the craziest, most campy, most terrifying moments ever. It is pure soap gold. It is clunky, it is messy, it is completely illogical, and I am absolutely here for every single second of it. So there you have it. A massive unfiltered dump of everything going down on Tuesday, March 31 and beyond. Taylor pleading for her life, Sheila apologizing for ruining a hookup, Deacon being a coward, and the looming threat of the old sinister Sheila making a comeback. It is going to be a wild ride. I need to go sleep for about 12 hours now, but I will be back as soon as more spoilers drop, because once Sheila connects the dots, we are going to need a minute-by-minute breakdown of the fallout. Keep watching, keep commenting, and let me know if you think Taylor and Deacon deserve the wrath that is coming for them, because I am definitely firmly on the yes they do train right now. All right, I am signing off. My fingers are cramping and my brain is mush.